Morning then. So you join me back out on another angling adventure. Now this time I have headed back down to Todber Manor fisheries. Now I am on Big Haze for 24 hours now. I've not fished this lake for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, but yeah, I booked Friday off work and I decided to get down nice and early for the 9 AM start, because you book on for sort of 9, 1 and 5. So I booked on for the 9 AM start and I've managed to get myself into pretty much one of the first swims that you come into. Now the reason being is that it's pretty much, as you can imagine, really busy around the lake. And speaking to the angler next door, the guy that has departed this swim and his friend who was sort of just up round the corner had between sort of 6 or 7 fish between them, 4 from this swim. Now as I'm only on 24 hours, I'm more than happy sitting in this swim. It's out the way of the sort of bulk of pressure, out the way of the sort of turnover of other anglers that will be sort of coming either later this morning or around lunchtime, or even later on in the 5 PM start. So down in this corner, tucked away for 24 hours, gives me a few options. Now being told that, you know, like I say, 6 or 7 fish have come out of this area, biggest I think around mid 20s, just over mid 20s, and this is good enough for me. It's absolutely perfect. I've got the island in front of me, as you can see. I can put one down to the right hand side with a baiting spoon. There's just a few options for a few rods, and like I say, with the pressure from everywhere else sort of up the lake, if I can keep things low key down in this area, then yeah, they may just venture down here if they're not already here, and I may just be able to nick myself one for this session and obviously for the video. But that is exactly what I'm going to go on. Fish have been out of here in the last few days. It's quiet, it's tucked up, out the way, little corner swim, island, and all these sort of reeds down the right hand side. Absolutely perfect for exactly what I like to do. Quickly then, I've managed to get 2 out of 3 rods out so far, in between the real sort of fine misty rain showers that keep sort of just coming over. It's yeah, a bit of a nightmare, you know, using solid bags and rain. If you've ever used them, you know they don't mix well at all, let alone trying to get them out discreetly with the bushwhacker as well. You know, it's not a 2-minute job. So yeah, I've got 2 out, but anyhow, I've got the 3rd one ready to go at the moment. So as you can see, solid bags is what I am going to start on. Now I made 3 last night on my leaders, just because I knew then that I could come, depending on wherever I dropped in, what I saw, I could just get the rods out straight away without having to waste time faffing around trying to tie solid bags on the bank. So as you can see, I made them up last night. They're still nice and rock hard, done them quite late. But yeah, this one will be going out, I think, down my sort of right hand margin. So this will be the sort of tactic that I start with, at least anyway, you know, just to see how the sort of early morning, lunchtime sort of period sort of pans out. And then I have the ability to chop and change if I need to. So as you can see, the sun's starting to peek through the bivvy now. That light little bit of rain seems to have passed over, so I am going to make a run for it and try and get this one out down to my right hand side margin. This one has got a Creamino wafter in it, so I'm going with 2 with Creamino, 1 with a pink sea monster, and a light sort of scattering of bait over the top, just a handful of pellet, handful of boilie crumb, and that should be enough to sit on for sort of a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, just as I sort of watch over the water and see if I can, you know, see any signs of fish activity either in my swim or potentially other areas that I might be able to get into once a few of the other anglers disappear. So like I say, that sun is absolutely beautiful now. The rain's passed, let's get this one out. As you can see, change of scenery. So I am now stood in what is peg 4, smack bang sort of middle of the lake, open water. Now the guy that I originally spoke to, his friend that was up one swim, has had sort of 11, possibly 12 fish, can't quite remember, but double figures from just fishing out in the middle, open water. Now, as much as I did like it down there, I'd be sort of kicking myself if I didn't jump in after him after he's had like a good hit of fish, knowing that I'm only here for 24 hours. Wouldn't normally do it, but if the fish are sort of stacked up out in open water, then yeah, I want a piece of the action, or at least give myself the best chance of trying to put 1 or 2 on the mat. So I've dragged everything down from a few swims down, everything's set up just in case we've got a little bit of rain. I'm going to quickly get these rods wrapped up, flick out sort of 3 solid bags into the middle and sort of 40 yards or so, and just sit on them for a couple of hours and just see what happens really. Willing to work at it now that I'm sort of in a swim that I'm probably a little bit more confident in than I was down there. I would have happily stayed down there, but yeah, I definitely feel like there's probably a better chance of a fish in this main bulk of open water. So let's get these 3 wrapped up, solid bags made, get them out there. Let's see if we can make something happen. So then all 3 rods are now out, and I'm glad I moved, to be honest. I've seen 2 shows in open water already along that sort of 40-yard line, which I'm fishing to. I'm fishing all 3 rods to the same line, straight out in open water, just sort of rod or length 2 apart from each other. And I've already, like I say, seen 2 to my right hand side, and that was 2 more than I saw down tucked away in that corner. So I'm definitely happy that I moved. Not to say that, you know, they're up for a feed or I'm going to catch them, but just knowing that I'm certainly on fish, and fish have been coming out from the swim the last sort of 48 hours or so, then yeah, that's good enough for me. So 3 solid bags got dispatched out, and just went in with a pink, a yellow, and sort of matched the hatch really. So Creamino wafter, and then the Sea Monster wafters in pink and yellow. So ever faithfuls, 3 hook baits that I've definitely got the utmost confidence in, at least the top and the bottom anyway. The yellows, they have bought me bites on occasions as well. So 3 options excuse me, 3 baits out there for now. See what happens just over the next sort of few hours, just as we start to lose the light. Then I'll redo the rods again and probably put, you know, 20-30 boilies just spread amongst them on that line as well, just so that there's something for them to sort of mooch up and down on. But don't want to go spomming or anything like that. There's fish out there. I just want to flick 3 bags out like I've done and just sit on them really, and see if 1 or 2 fish sort of get in and amongst them, and I manage to just pick one off. So that's what I'm going to do for the next few hours. Has paid off. Get in there. Right hand rod, it's gone absolutely tearing off, and yeah, got a common in the net. What a result. Get in there. Well worth the move. Well, there we go then. 21 pound of big haze common, absolutely immaculate. He's pooing bait out all over the sling, which looks like boilie to me. So he's definitely been on the munch, but all he had to eat from me was a solid bag and the ever faithful pink Sea Monster wafter. One last look then, because he's kicking off. My hands are absolutely freezing and I want to get that rod back out. But yeah, 21 pound an ounces. Get in there. What a way to start. It's got no peck on that side, and underneath my finger, no peck on that side. So both of his pectoral fins are gone. So I don't know what I'm going to grab hold of on the front there. But yeah, little stocky, angry little character. Clearly got little man syndrome, but I'm definitely not complaining. Another bite. He is absolutely freezing. He's like a little block of ice. Well, good morning then, and yeah, I've woken up to what looks like the start of a winter wonderland. Now, I did say at the start of this video there was a potential for a frost last night, sort of this morning, and yeah, it was already, the bivvy was already sort of frosting up at around 11 o'clock last night, so those temperatures really did drop off. But yeah, rather fresh start to the morning, and unfortunately nothing to report through the night either, but to be quite honest, it doesn't surprise me at all. Right up till sort of last light, sort of there's a number of fish showing, and the bream were absolutely relentless. I reckon I had 3 or 4 bream within the space of about, I don't know, half an hour, just on sort of last light. And then the minute it went dark, everything just stopped. It was like someone flicked a switch. No more sort of shows. The bream had stopped. Yeah, it was weird. It was just like a, you know, click of the fingers, switch turned off, and everything just kind of, yeah, just closed off really. But yeah, as you can imagine, really crisp, fresh night. But bit of a mist, as you can expect, over the water this morning. Haven't really seen much, to be quite honest with you. It's around sort of 6:45, so I will need to pack up in the next sort of couple of hours. I'm hoping that sun makes an appearance and manages to just dry off some of this stuff before I head to my next venue. I am going to redo the solid bags again as well in just a moment. Just getting some background footage for the video, you know, the old sort of like icy frosty shots, but I'll have the 2 solid bag rods in, redo them. I did do them around 10 o'clock again last night, and then it was just, yeah, absolutely freezing, and I didn't do them again through the rest of the night. But yeah, they will need a freshen up, so I'll quickly have them in, add them straight back out, and then yeah, see if I can nick a bite before I've got to disappear, like I say, to my next venue. So we'll leave it there, we'll get the kettle on, redo these rods, slowly pack down, and yeah, try and defrost a little bit. That is everything, all bar 2 rods packed away. But that isn't my stuff in my swim. I'm being turfed out by, you may recognise this face from the wonderful and weird world of YouTube.
Hi guys.
So yeah, you've been fishing over the other side, mate. You decided to jump in behind me, ain't you? So
yeah,
done me a couple of fish in the space of 24 hours. So yeah,
completely quiet over the other side there.
No brainer, mate, wasn't it really? Yeah. So let's see what happens for Steve. How long you got left, mate, tomorrow?
Just 24 hours.
24 hours tomorrow, so yeah, keep an eye on his channel. No doubt you'll be sticking a video up, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, video up from his channel, Carp. So yeah, see how his session turns out in the last 24 hours. Hopefully, fingers crossed, moving in here, mate, it pays off for you, because it did for me yesterday. So yeah, hopefully you can stick 1 or 2 on the map. Hey, yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. Exactly that, because looking out, it is still really misty. There's still frost on the floor, and we're just waiting for that sun to make an appearance. Now I am off to the islands fishery now, so everything's loaded in the car, wringing wet, hasn't been able to be defrosted, as you can imagine, still being really early in the morning. So I'm gonna have these 2 in, get myself in the car, get over to the islands, swim number 2, for my next 24-hour session. So thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, not only on my video but Carp Bites channel as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch up with you again soon.